today. And we have someone here who's going to now talk about Lambeth as we see it. And again, Sandra I've known now through the Young Vic and through Bone Stories. So please, Sandra, you can read. And just to say again, before you go, there are some details about other things we're carrying on with. But if we do have to rush at the end, please pick up the leaflet. And thank you all. I'll just say that.
Through the small glass pane window in the Ritzy Cinema Cafe, a snapshot of Brixton emotion fills the 15 by 25 centimetre frame. The town hall's grand Edwardian architecture dominates the background. The traffic, complex yet orderly, snakes through Edinburgh Road, Acre Lane and Brixton Road. Masses of people, like worker ants, moved in every possible direction. The scraping of skateboards on concrete and the thunderous sounds generated from the wheel bearings add to the cacophony of people cursing, talking, and music blaring from Bluetooth speakers. All this activity absorbed by the Tate Gardens' magnificent London plane tree. Then I saw him, Robert. He walked right into the frame like an actor on cue. I wasn't surprised to see him. After all, this is where all the drug addicts hung out. He held his trousers up with one hand, whilst picking up cigarette butts with the other. I could guess what he was saying as he approached pedestrians. "Can you spare a pound, please?" They swerved to avoid any contact with him. I was not concerned with Robert's condition. I needed to devise a plan so that my colleagues did not see me having any interaction with him. I was trapped. We had to cross Tate Gardens to get back to our office at the town hall. And like most crackheads, they always seem to see you first. Rob would definitely call out my name for all Brixton to hear. Normally, I don't mind, but not today. How am I going to avoid him? I quickly forgot my role as note taker and began to obsess about devising a plan. Ian interrupted my thoughts. "Carol, did you make a note of that?" Embarrassed, I pretended that I misheard and pointed to the noise from Tate Gardens. "Sorry, could you repeat that?" Ian cuts me off and starts to speak in a staccato fashion, further adding to my embarrassment. "The first draft of our information leaflet to be completed by the 24th of June. Got that?" I thought, what a prick. With my self-esteem taken in bruising, I jot down notes for most part of the meeting. Then my eyes gravitate back to the small pane window. Robert was still out there. He muttered to himself as he dragged his left leg behind him, checking dustbins and draining cans. His back was hunched, as though all sense of hope or life had fled from his being. A sense of guilt consumed me, and I remembered how we fought off bullies in the playground, ate at each other's house nearly every day, rode our bikes around Brixton, even as far as to Peckham. We lied for each other on numerous occasions, shared sleeps, and unlike my own brothers, who used to shoo me away, you showed me how to build cars and aeroplanes with your Meccano set. As we exit the Ritzy, with the sun bathing on our bed faces and the town hall clock announcing that it's 15 minutes to the hour, the sound, smell and vibes of Brixton engulf us. And for a moment, I forgot I spent the whole meeting trying to devise a plan to avoid Robert. Carol! Robert limps towards me, arms outstretched. And before I had time to respond, Ian's bulky rugby player's frame forced itself in front of me, his briefcase raised above his head as if to strike Robert. Somehow I managed to muster up super strength as my elbow connected with Ian's jaw. What the fuck do you think you're doing? I know this man, I grew up with him. Stunned and red-faced, Ian and the rest of the team stormed up across Tate Gardens, looking back like they were leaving vermin behind. My heart was pounding and my left foot throbbed from Ian using it as a launching pad to fend off Robert's imaginary attack. Robert was unfazed. I reckon he must be used to people taking a swipe at him. Even as my body ached, I couldn't help notice how much Robert had deteriorated. His once smooth, dark black skin was now ashen. His thick afro, that was his pride and joy, had dissipated into a scaly scalp with seeping patches. His jaw and cheekbones jutted out of his skin, and his collarbone was so sunken, I reckon when it rained, pools of water must settle there. Robert's eyes, though dull, looked genuinely pleased to see me, adding further to my guilt. How you doing, sis? How's things? I beg your pardon. Robert's breath was as rancid as the alleyway at Beehive Place. His teeth, what was left of them, just yellow stubs. His lips were cracked and bleeding. Trying to hold back tears, I blindly ruffled through my bag. I don't usually give Robert money, but rather buy KFC or peppered steak and rice and peas from refills. I gave him £5. I know where it will end up, but I didn't really care. I just felt so guilty about feeling ashamed of him. But then I was proud to know that, just like school days, I felt the need to protect him, just as he would me. I limp across Tate Gardens, the sound of Brixton almost unbearable, as I battled with an intense headache and what felt like shattered ligaments in my foot and elbow. I entered the office. My colleagues immediately dispersed from what seemed like a secret meeting. I could feel their eyes pouring through me as I knocked on Ian's door. I needed to apologize for elbowing the man in the jaw. He sounded angry, not in control. So sorry what happened, Carol. Is he a relative? Yes, I lied. Sorry, I thought he was trying to mug you. I thought, mug me? The man called my name. I was coming to greet me. I decided then that I needed to apologize. Instead I say, thanks for wanting to protect me, Ian, but I can assure you, everyone brought up in Brixton knows Robert, and believe me, he wouldn't hurt anyone. He's the gentlest and kindest person I've ever known. We all look out for him in our own way. The end. Thank you.
Take up leaflets and leave appropriately. And there will